Yeah, baby, we're starting the podcast right now. We're back, You Know What Dude Live. Welcome, everybody, to the show. YKWD. I started social media and podcasting. The fact, the YKWD podcast. YKWD's back again. Old school, back in the day, where it all started, before them all. YKWD. This podcast is so fun and crazy. It has no rules. Shut up, you're ruining this.
Where's the bandana, man?
Sorry, it's a comedy podcast. This isn't NPR.
That's what this podcast does.
Is there any better show? This is the original. All right, what's up, everybody? I'm Robert Kelly, and this is You Know What Dude podcast live at the Comedy Cellar Studios above the world-famous Comedy Cellar. Do me a favor right now, just hit the subscribe button and hit the like and get in those comments. That's all you got to do for a free show every week, you cheap son of a bitches. Or if you really want to help with the show, patreon.com/Robert Kelly, so I can pay the autistic kids and the one white kid who has an attitude who produced my show. Anyways, Danny, who do we got today, man?
We have Greg Fitzsimmons and Rich Aronovitch.
That's so funny. How excited are you that they're regular names?
Yeah.
We had two Indian comics on. What were the names, Danny?
Usama Siddiqui and Pranav.
What's his last name?
If you showed it to me, I'd be able to say it.
Try to say it.
I'll nail it. I'm looking it up and I'll nail it. I just keep forgetting it.
He was
It's
paying.
Pranav Bahari.
That's it. You got it, you fucking weirdo. What's up, man?
How are you?
You look exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
Why?
2 kids.
Yeah?
Yeah, 1 and 4.
Talk to this Mick.
I got through it, man. I got through the exhausted phase, and now I'm in the fucking who cares phase. It's sweet. Launch complete. I promised my wife I'd give her 18 years of parenting. I did it. You know, it's like I'm the booster rocket.
Yeah?
You break through the atmosphere and you go, good fucking luck getting the moon.
And then you just float back to the sea.
Yeah,
Your
into
kids
the
are growing up,
Atlantic.
huh?
Yeah, 21 and 24.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. Are you proud?
Am I proud of me? Yeah.
No, not
I
you.
fucking worked hard.
Not
I'm very
you.
proud of myself.
Not you piece of shit. I'm talking about, like,
When
my
I think about what I've accomplished.
my biggest fear is that I have one,
Uh-huh.
but it's like, please don't be me. Please don't be me.
Yeah.
Please, I just want to be, you know what I mean?
You're going to be you. Here's the thing. They're already not you because by the time how old is your kid now? Like 15?
No, he's 11.
No. He
You
looks
even-
15.
He does. He's big.
By his age, you were in rehab. Or,
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, I always forget
he's
that.
already ahead of the game.
This time I think I got a girl pregnant. I swear to God. It was a girl, Tawny. I loved her. She was my girlfriend. And I remember we had sex and I didn't know what, jizzy was. I didn't know what it was. I just did it. And then they would call, I remember summer camp, they would call me Father Bob. And I was like, huh? I was so scared that I got this girl pregnant.
Well, blame the parents. They gave her a stripper name at birth.
Now
Now on stage 4, Tawny.
Oh, I was so thankful she was banging everybody else.
Yeah.
So it was just a hodgepodge of dicks that was in this girl.
And you were how old?
I was 10 or 11.
No.
Yeah. Probably 11.
How
You
old
had
was she?
sex at 10?
Yeah, 10 or 11. She was 14.
You were molested. That's
It's all the way you look at things. I mean, I thought I was a rock star.
she was a cougar.
Yeah, dude. It was,
Yeah, right.
dude, it was the early 80s. I was a motherfucking pimp. Now it's molested.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah.
in the day, it was like, dude, high fives all around.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought about that. Like when we masturbate, I don't know how far back you go. I go way back. because
Way
the
back.
First spanks. are-
Masturbating yourself or another friend?
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. I'm just trying to
Can you
open up.
Bring me on a show like this.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You
You
masturbate.
fart in the room
I did not fart.
twice.
Nobody knows that. That was off air, and I dare you to prove it.
I had hair when I walked in here. That's how I prove it.
Here's how bad that fart was. Here, it was so terrible. You ran away from the table, but you still, as a guy, enjoyed it. There's still there's still
There was
things-
respect.
It was,
Yeah, yeah.
It's still like, dude, that was bad.
It made me wish that we were on an airplane and could giggle about it. You ever do that? You get on a plane with a buddy and fart and then laugh?
It's my favorite thing in the world to
Yeah.
fart on a plane and just see people. I farted on stage one night. I farted on stage one night. It was I had awful gas. I mean,
Rotten eggs?
it was worse than that. It was rotten eggs with shit. And I remember I farted and the fucking girl in the front row hit her husband and she was like, stop it. And he was like, what? He's like, stop farting. He's like, I didn't. She's like, yes, you are. And she looked back at me and I was like, should I tell her? And I was like, nah.
The best is when you hate the crowd and then you do it. And then you look at all their faces and you go, I'm the last guy you think. 'Cause who would think
I'll
that?
do it in the microphone. I don't care.
Yeah.
Doing it in the microphone is a very rare thing where it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you get that.
Yeah.
It's a very you're rolling the dice because it could be just, and they're like, "What did you just do?" They didn't even hear it,
Yeah.
and then you know what I mean. And if
Yeah.
it doesn't smell, it's just a dumb, weird thing you did.
Right. Yeah.
You just
But
put
if you shit your pants, that's a standing ovation.
That's viral.
Yeah.
shitting on you, dude. Has there anybody shit their pants? Is there any comic?
Yes.
Who?
A Canadian guy, I think his last name was Horowitz. I heard the story. He was like a cheap guy. You could guess by his last name. And he was eating, I said it, Aronovitch.
Trump's
I said
back.
it. Well, we're doing great things. Elon Musk, KK, he's eating KK ketamine. Anyways, so he sat, it's out in the sun. He takes a whole Caesar salad. No one's eating this. And he downs a whole big bowl of Caesar salad. And he's in the middle of his act. And all of a sudden he makes a face and there's like shit running down his leg. And he runs to the backstage. He wipes up. He gets sweatpants on and he goes back out on stage because he wanted to get paid.
He had sweatpants backstage.
He had sweatpants for some inexplicable
is
reason.
is this a bit?
Every club
No.
has a pair of sweatpants back.
He traveled with sweatpants.
Get the shit pants.
Yeah. He had the shit and he went right in.
Oh, is that? He's good looking.
Oh,
I thought that was a comic. I was like, wow, why is he not famous?
no, that's Joe Jonas.
Pooped himself on stage. Wow. Shitting yourself on stage must be. I've shit myself over the years.
Yeah.
And there is something to, after you get past the fact that you shit, where you're just like,
Yeah.
this is all right. I'm going to take care of it.
You mean on stage or just in general?
Just in general.
Yeah,
If
right.
you shit your pants.
Yeah.
I never done it on stage, but I've done it while other comics were on. I was running back and forth.
I was on stage one night. And Norton comes up to me and goes, dude, stick around. I was hosting. I go, why? He goes, something's wrong with my stomach. So I'm sitting there watching. All of a sudden, he's like, yeah, I was over. And this girl, and he ran off stage. And I just ran up and go, hey, guys. And he was gone for like 10 minutes. He came back on. He goes, I'm good now. Didn't even affect me. Just ran and dumped. What were you saying about masturbation, though?
Well, I go back, like the earliest pops are the ones you really remember. Those girls when you were in high school. And then I think sometimes like I go back and I think about Jill Goldstein.
A lot of Jews on this show.
And I still think about her. And then I think, well, she was only 15, so this is wrong. But then I thought, but I think you're grandfathered in. Like as long as you did it before you were 18,
Yeah.
you can still pull from a 15-year-old photo bin.
As you now.
As me now.
Oh, that's a tough one,
That's
dude.
a slippery slope.
That's a tough one. If you're doing it as you in your head.
I'm not imagining myself in
Hey,
there.
how you guys doing?
Yeah.
I got a special on YouTube.
You looking for a field hockey coach?
You want to rub a bald head? You like male pattern baldness? Look at my balls have no hair on them either anymore. It fell out.
I'm a doctor in this fantasy. Welcome to the
I
Olympics.
don't know if it's, man. That's
a little
Tough
rough.
That's a tough question. That's a question for the ages.
Yeah, it is.
That's
I
probably
mean-
something you don't want to put on a podcast.
I
Especially
can't.
not her name, which I did.
Well, he's on this one. It's fine. It's not like it's Rogan. It'd be funny if she's a big fan of the show.
Yeah, she writes in crayon.
Yeah, she has arthritis now. Yeah, dude. I remember Tawny. I don't have memories of girls. Like, I need a fresh memory.
Yeah.
I can't go back that far in my memory banks to like girls I like. Because I remember there was Tawny. Then there was Rachel. No, she was older. Then there was, yeah, dude, back then it wasn't any, there was this crazy.
So you need somebody that you've made, to me, it's like, if you're a young woman and you get within 15 feet of me, you may come up later. You may come up in my mind.
You're like,
yeah.
Time.
You're like the guy from Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
The one that's, look at the blood.
Yeah,
that
right,
one.
Right.
Yeah.
But I remember Nick DiPaolo had this joke. He's like talking about going into the bathroom on a plane to jerk off. And then the flight attendant, no, not the flight attendant. There's a woman who stops him. This fat woman goes, are you going to be long in there? He's like, well, I am now.
I think Nick DiPaolo is one of the most underrated comedians.
Oh my God.
He is so fucking funny
Yeah.
and good. His specials are just hilarious.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why he is not like on Netflix or whatever. I know he's a little whatever.
Well, you and I know him from when he was, Nick came out, he played fucking college football. He's one of the, I'm not gay, but like one of the better looking guys I've seen in my life.
Woof. Woof.
And he would kill as a young comic. And he had women like literally lining up when he got off stage. It was fucking crazy. And I used to think, God, he doesn't have to be funny. Guys that good looking are never funny. So it was such a lethal combination of this cool guy in a fucking leather jacket who was tough and was also funny. Like there's no reason for it.
Yeah. It was like God made him.
Yes.
Yeah. Usually good looking people aren't that funny.
Right.
Why is that?
They don't have to be. They have good looking privilege.
Thank God everybody in this room is funny.
Yeah.
Right?
Judging by
We're
what
not
I'm
the looks.
looking at,
Yeah.
we're hilarious.
Yes. I look like Luigi's father. We're fine.
You're from Beantown too, right?
No, I'm from New Orleans.
Like I said, you're from New Orleans, right?
Yeah, I'm from New Orleans.
A lot of research on the guests. That's what's great about YKMD.
You know why? Because I saw YKWD, you fucking
whatever.
asshole. I hate the name of my podcast.
Dumb.
Everybody.
So bad.
What's the name of your podcast?
Y2KWMD.
Sunday Papers.
Sunday
2
Papers.
words.
That's a good name.
It describes the Sunday papers, which you read.
Yeah.
You know, everybody still reads the newspaper.
Oh, very popular.
First of all, nobody knows what a newspaper is.
Yeah.
Remember, I used to wake up, go to the bodega, get my shitty cup of coffee, get my pack of cigarettes, and get the 2 papers, the Daily and the Post, and sit on the stoop and just thumb through that shit. Smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee. I love the paper.
Do you know how dumb you sound when you say the 2 papers?
Yeah.
And they're the 2
the
dumb
Post?
papers. Not the New York Times and the Post.
The
It's
Voice, the
Daily
Village
News and
Voice.
the Post.
Buddy, I couldn't read the New York Times. Are you crazy? That was for a different type of person.
I'm not one
One
of these.
with-
I'm not one of these people.
Yeah.
First of all,
One of these people.
yeah, dude, I can't.
Aristocrat.
Dude, I would get confused with having to open it, and it would just get all mumbled up, and
Yeah.
you have to go to C4.
Yeah,
the
they
Herald?
leave you mid-sentence.
Yeah, what do you think? I read the Globe? Fuck off. I hated the paper that you had to figure out how to open it. I like the book. I love the dumb guy paper. Right to page 6.
Yeah,
Read the gossip.
yeah.
And then skim through the thing. That's yeah.
Sports starts on the back page, and you work your way in.
Oh, I love that the Daily and the Post
Yeah.
was the greatest. And then in the summer, it would sweat off in your hands on the subway.
Did you fart again?
Yes, I did.
You
Oh,
son
my
of
God.
a bitch.
Wow,
Oh,
you're a bad person,
God.
Robert.
Oh.
You invite us in
The
here.
worst part is that I could see. I was like, why
There was
is
a
she looking
twitch.
at me so
Yeah,
intently
yeah.
right now?
You
It's
saw
'cause
that?
you didn't want me to notice.
Yeah.
I didn't want you to know.
Oh,
I had something.
you thought you could just stare me down? and I
Oh,
wouldn't
it's
notice?
terrible.
Oh,
My wife got me.
God. Honestly, I don't know if I can do this.
I mean, I have a special coming out, but this is too much.
This
my
is
wife,
beyond-
But you're on
Oh,
YouTube.
my
guys, listen. My wife gave me these stupid drinks, these stupid healthy drinks that I started drinking, and it's supposed to help you with your brain and healthy. And I drank it.
Oh, you sound like a genius. Help me with brain.
Honestly, I can't promise. Is there a bucket? I don't know that I'm not going to throw up. Oh,
What is this?
That's not it. That's not the protein shake. I took these drinks, they're little tiny drinks, they're green things, and she's like, "You got to start doing these." And I'm like, "All right." And I took it, and now there's something wrong with my ass.
You brought us on here.
I did not do that. I am apologizing.
and this isn't a recording booth. Imagine you do this shit at fucking Sirius XM.
Oh, it's horrible. Wow.
This is high.
This is the
ceiling.
kind of fart I think differently of you.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I apologize to both of you. I will not toot again for the rest of this show. And if I do, I promise I will exit the room, toot, wait 3 seconds so I don't trail it back in.
3 seconds.
5 seconds.
all right.
you.
But here's the key to that, and I do this for my wife. If I have to fart, I do one. I fart once, just so she knows.
Who the boss is.
Yeah.
Like, this is my place.
But then once I've set that up and she gets it, the next fart, I'll be a gentleman and I leave the room. But you can't just leave the room. You gotta leave the room, take your pants down to your ankles, and then fart so you don't get pockets of fart in your pants.
That is a... Wait a minute, dude. This is fart science.
Yeah.
Like, I've never heard... Because if you keep it in your pants, it lingers more.
Correct.
If you open up the air,
You
it
let
just...
it out.
It's out.
You bend over with your pants around your ankles.
Wait a
and
minute,
you-
wait a minute. No,
Yeah.
it's getting weird. You bend over.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you're-
you made it. What is it called?
YKWD. Don't stop. You know it's right in front of you. It's everywhere you're looking. It's there. It's there. It's there. And it's right there. And it's on the TVs. Now you're just being a twatty Los Angeles cunt.
Why?
Call me a Los Angeles.
Ah, that hurts, doesn't
Oh,
it? Why does that
we're
hurt?
on fire, okay? By the way, I was in Janesville, Wisconsin this past weekend.
Name dropper.
Oh my God.
Where is
No,
Janesville?
It was great. It's outside of Madison. Great little club. It's so much fucking fun. And but you know, it's Janesville, Wisconsin, and they had a box set up as you come into the showroom, and it said "Clothing Drive for Los Angeles Fires." And I looked at them and I said to them, "I go, look, that's really sweet, but based on what you're wearing right now, like, I don't think people in Hollywood want the stuff you're turning down."
You think somebody wanted a dirty flannel and a car hide with a stain on it?
Nobody's even your size in Hollywood.
Yeah, and they're fucking loaded. They're in their other house right now.
Yeah, right. No, not everybody. That's the misnomer about the Hollywood fires and the LA fires.
Serious time with Greg. What do you mean misnomer?
There's black people.
No, what does nomer mean?
Misnomer,
I'm kidding.
if you read the New York Times.
If you,
God damn it.
it's in the post.
No, there's a lot of black people that live in a place called
What the fuck, Greg? You racist. Come on. Wow. You don't even know what it's called.
there's an area of LA.
Compton?
No, it's not. It's actually up in the near the
Oh,
valley.
you're talking about the place, the first, it was one of the first black neighborhoods
Something Laminda.
in LA.
Yeah, right. Because
Right?
they didn't allow people to move into Pasadena.
Right.
So all these black people started a community outside. What is it called? Latinda? Oh, Jesus.
Wow, you sound
And
really
so for generations, black people have lived there.
right.
And now their houses have been burned to the ground. And it's not like in Boston, the way you guys did it. This was because of a forest fire.
First of all, you're from Boston.
No, I'm not.
Where are you from again?
I'm from fucking Westchester County,
What part-
Tarrytown, New York.
buddy? I'm Westchester, Bestchester.
No, I'm Southern Westchester.
I'm-
You're Northern Westchester.
I'm Northern. I was Greenberg for a while, though.
Oh, that's Tarrytown.
I-
Tarrytown is part of Greenberg.
I was in Greenberg for a while, and then I got my shit together, and I moved up to Ryan Reynoldsville, and now I live in Katona,
Oh,
which is, I love it so. When
Yeah.
you move into a good one, like I don't belong there at all.
yeah.
We had to go buy earth tone clothes
Uh-huh.
because I had all black. I was just showing up with a hoodie with a cookie saying on it.
Yeah.
And my bracelets, and they were like, what?
Uh-huh.
And I had it. Dawn got me a nice green quilted jacket to throw on so I could go to the gay bakery and get my Queen Lamont.
Oh, is it one of those towns?
Yeah, Katona, dude.
Dude, it wasn't when I grew up. When I grew up, it was the Sticks. There's a lake up there, right?
Katona, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lake we used to go to up there, and it was all fucking hillbillies. It was
Not now,
nothing.
dude. It is. Like you walking by these shops with clothes you've never seen anybody wear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that smock that only Martha Stewart would buy. Yeah, dude, I saw a scarf in a window. I was like, I'm going to get that scarf. It was $230 for a scarf with a little tiny skulls on it. I was
Right.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
it's,
you haven't worn anything in 10 years that wasn't given to you at a comedy club.
Yeah, I'm a festival wearing motherfucker.
There's always chattering teeth on the lapel.
Yeah, there's always some type of Rustlers comedy club. Not even. You got the wow.
I mean, I was gonna say
Yeah.
I'm wearing Cafe Wow.
Can't believe I'm not wearing anything.
Yeah.
Well, this was actually a crashing jacket. This was for the writer.
Now let me ask you a question about Crash. He wrote for Crashing.
You wrote for Crash.
One of the head writers, right?
Sure.
No, it's just a writer.
Like I said, just a writer. But the thing is about being just a writer, which is better than the head writer. I'm glad you weren't the head writer.
Yeah,
Oh,
you don't want
no
that pressure.
pressure at all.
You don't want that.
I want to
pressure.
ask you a question. I was on Crashing.
You were great on crashing.
Were you a part of getting me on Crashing?
No.
You weren't.
I mean, didn't actively work against you, but I mean,
Does
I mean, you're friends with Judd, right?
me and Judd are friends. I mean, we don't know each other's number.
Judd did a lot of the picking of the comics.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. I would
Okay.
say you probably should thank Judd.
All right, I'll thank him next time. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't have his number.
You want his number? I hung out with him last night. We went to dinner.
I went to Gary Gulman's Sunday night. I went to Gary Gulman. Has a one-man show,
Yeah.
the new one that he just put out,
Right.
and he was there. Judd was there. He was way down the other end, but I was fucking, buddy. I'm fucking finished. I was in tears. It was one of the funniest one-man shows I've ever seen. And
No shit.
And I was blubbering. I was blubbering, crying, trying to get you. And my wife was like, "It's okay." Like she was almost like, "All right."
You mean he moved you to cry to tears?
Moved me to cry.
Is he still talking about the depression?
No, he's talking. It's all about his growing up and where all his depression came from.
Oh.
And it was fucking. I mean, funnier. I mean, probably just hilarious. Like killing consistently.
Yeah.
Thinking, okay, this is going to be this, and then he just went here and then went back, and then I mean you got to go see it. It was
Well, here's another guy like Nick DiPaolo. Played college football.
Yep.
Good
Good
looking
looking.
dude. And still hilarious.
Hilarious. Very
yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
Too
love
much.
Seinfeld.
oh,
I don't know. Gary.
what'd you say?
Gary has a bit about it. It's
About Seinfeld?
yeah, he's a whole bit about
Oh,
it.
he doesn't like Steinfeld?
No.
Yeah, Greg hates
No
it too.
kidding.
Right?
I don't
You,
hate Seinfeld.
didn't you say that? Anyways,
I'm sorry I brought it up. Sorry I brought it up. Apparently you weren't a writer on the show.
buddy, Seinfeld's not going to see this.
Yeah.
You're safe.
All right, I don't like it.
Yeah, if I said you hate Jim Norton, you'd have a problem. Maybe.
If I said I didn't like Uncle Nasty's, or Uncle Vinny's,
Uncle
Uncle
Vinny's.
Vinny's.
if
Love
I don't like
Uncle
the
Vinny's.
crowds like Uncle Vinny's, then I'm in real trouble on this podcast.
It's fucked up though that we're like. I mean, how long you been doing it?
Since 20 years.
20 years. You've been doing it how much?
35.
35. I've been doing it 32, maybe
Yeah.
something like that. It's fucking weird because I've been getting to the point now where I'm like, how long do I do this?
Yeah.
Like, where
Right.
is there am I gonna be doing this? Am I gonna be the guy in the back just eating soup that SD gave a spot to? You know what I mean?
You're talking about.
You talking about Fox? I'm a headliner. Now let me get a soup.
Where's my crackers? I ordered crackers with this.
I like this. I'm gonna go see this.
I love him. He went,
Dude.
I know you're talking about.
I I did that today on Bennington. I threw a comic under the bus. Not by name. I described a comic that I had seen on a show the night before, which would have been last night. And how horrified. What a fucking hack he was. And I didn't even say anything really more than that. And he fucking knew who I was talking about and described him to the point where the guy now knows I was shit-talking him on Bennington.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
The first thing I was like, was I on last night?
yeah. I did the same thing. I just went, wait a minute. I don't think I went on the show.
Because I really try not to trash comics.
It'd be funny if it was Rich. Yeah.
yeah.
You shut up, you're like, oh, shit.
He's here. Side effects of Viagra.
I really try not to shit talk comics on podcasts, but it's hard sometimes.
It's really hard.
It feels so good. Because a podcast should be an extension of how you talk just in general to other comics. And there's a fair amount of shit talking.
There's a fair amount of shit talking, but it's also like this goes out into the
Right.
shit talking is with us.
I know.
There's a
And
comic
when you
code.
go on this thing, that's what I did when I first started doing these stupid things. I didn't understand people were going to listen to these
Right.
and it was going to be available forever.
Yeah.
And someday my kid,
All right. we're gonna
he's
cover
going to fart.
Bobby. My special
My-
called You Know Me. It's on YouTube now. And by the way, if you go see it because you listened to me on this show, let me add, first of all, it's YouTube. It's got about 500,000 views right now, which I'm very excited about. It just came out a few months ago. But write in the comments that you heard me on
TKTS.
YKWD.
www.ykwd.
Just he's got his pants around his ankles and he's walking back in.
No.
You know what I realize is making it worse? Is that pulling your pants down thing is a good one.
It's good, right?
Here's what's making it worse. I have tights on.
Why do you have tights,
Tights.
on?
Not
Tights.
Thermals.
Thermals.
But who would say tights? Who the fuck would describe thermals
Bobby
as
Kelly, the
tights?
A
ballerina.
man who is in touch with his feminine side.
Okay, yes.
He said I'm wearing tights.
And I'm the dancer. You're wearing tights. He pulled up his tutu to make a poo-poo.
Oh my god. So anyway, I have my Timberland slippers on and
Ooh,
Wow.
wee. Well, I have thermals on. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And I have my pants, and then I have the thermals,
Yeah.
and it's making a Dutch oven type of thing
Yeah.
down there, which is not a good scenario when you have the toots.
I liked the way you said
underwear
Dutch
as
oven.
well. Sorry, underwear as well as the tights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that where I messed up?
That's a lot of
No,
ball
it's
sweat.
just a lot of
Yeah.
ball sweat.
It's a lot of balls, a lot of squeaky balls.
I like ball sweat.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, I like
Do you,
that.
do you ever do the sniff? You ever check what's the flavor?
What? Put my hands down there
Yeah.
and smell it? Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah, it's kind of the thing you have to fight. I shouldn't do this. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a father.
Yeah.
I have a house.
Yeah.
I have a wife that loves me. I'm trying to do the right thing in life. Yeah, I'm gonna smell it.
Yeah, I can smell it.
I always thought I'd grow out of that stuff. Like I can't imagine Joseph Donlan, my grandfather, World War II vet, worked for the ATF,
Yeah.
being down in the basement and just reaching down his trousers, taking a nice sniff of his balls.
Smells
what I
like
mean?
freedom.
I think that is our generation thing
Yeah.
where the guy was like, I'm going to take a sniff of my balls. Can you imagine the greatest generation, like that guy just going, yeah, what does my ass smell like?
Because
Lighting
they don't care and they wouldn't have done anything about it.
No.
We would get on some fucking website. There's so many different ball sweat websites. There's roll-ons,
Yeah.
there's powders.
you go into the rabbit
shake
hole on
them.
Reddit, you know.
Yeah.
Does anyone else do this?
We started trimming our pubes.
Yeah.
We are a shit generation.
Yeah.
How do you trim your pubes? You shave?
I've done it. I don't do it anymore because they're falling out because I'm 55.
You trim them or shave them?
I trim them, and
Yeah.
I've
With the
done
scissors?
both.
You've shaved your balls?
I've done both. I made a mustache once. It looked very similar to you.
Thank you.
And
That's what the
You
look
put
I'm
his
going
glasses
for.
on.
You put the glasses on with the big nose.
Yeah, I've had
Medium
my
nose.
ass waxed.
No, you haven't.
Yes,
The way
The
you
hole
said that,
or the cheeks?
the whole.
there was so much shame in the way you said that.
No,
As well.
my wife was an esthetician for years. She was probably one of the best estheticians in New York City. Worked at all the salons. Did Britney Spears? Did famous people?
Get out of here.
Swear to God, my wife worked at Maximus, so Sanctuary. Like they wanted her to be like run these things too, and she always turned it down. She just wanted, but she one day, you know what I had to do? I had something. I had like little wispy hairs. You know when you get all of a sudden you got a little wispy hair on your butt cheeks,
No.
and I was like, you know wispy
On the cheeks or the
on the
hole?
cheeks, on the
No.
cheeks.
Yeah, yeah,
And
sure.
a couple,
It's like
just
a,
a rogue.
it's like a guy. It's like a prairie dog. He sticks his head up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Like a meerkat.
Let me get.
Yeah.
Why don't you get these for me? She's like, all right, I'll get them. And then she did the little wispy hairs, little couple little rogue, adventurer hairs that kind of came out. And then she's like, all right, I want to get in there. And I was like, in where? And she's like, inside. And she waxed my asshole crack.
Was there a shower involved previous to the?
You have to shower beforehand.
Yeah.
Yes. I would never
Okay.
do that to
All
my
right. I
my
don't know.
wife, even though at the time she was my girlfriend, which she deserves it. But I would never do this to the woman
Yeah.
I love. Back then, I liked her a lot,
Right.
and she waxed my asshole. She put the wax in and ripped all the hairs out of my asshole.
Was it?
And then she goes, look.
She presented.
It looked like I had a joke in my act
Ta-da.
where I said it looks like a mouse trap where the mouse got stuck, but then bit his foot off and escaped.
A little bit of blood.
Yeah, it was like the most disturbing thing ever.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That I want to. She said she wanted to.
Yeah.
What is that instinct of grooming that women have? My wife is like that with like, you ever get one hair out of the side of your nose, or like if I have blackheads on my chest, like she sees it from like 3 meters away and she goes right in on it.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah, they love it. They love to pick. They love
Pluck.
to fix and pluck.
Oh,
Yeah.
they love the pluck.
Yeah,
in
there's
the,
something
in the,
of-
you
yeah,
got
they
a
don't
little.
care.
You got a little.
They get a zit. If they get a nice zit
yeah.
somewhere, they're like, let me get it. And it's like, ugh.
All right.
If you had a zit, I'd fucking leave you. I'd fucking-
Next guy can get the
Remember,
zit.
my wife had a mole here when I first met her, like a risen one. And I would always just, they remove those now. Just slight little, a friend of mine had one of those. He got it right off. And I would just, and she finally, one day I came and she got it off and I was like, yes, you got a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if she still had that thing,
Yeah.
that little risen thing that the sun hits it and I just see a little line go across her
yeah.
face.
No,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
When
you'd
I
have a
look at-
hairy
when I look
asshole
at
and you'd
you,
be no kid.
when I take in you physically, and then I picture a woman who's imperfect in any way, it just doesn't add up. I mean, she should.
Yeah,
You
she
didn't-
should have a limp.
I smell sarcasm. Did you
She
smell
should-
sarcasm?
She should be ringing the bell before dinner.
Let's say this, dude. There was a time when I had the right physically.
No, you were adorable.
To
You
do-
really were. When you were in Al and the Monkeys.
Ooh, Al and the Monkeys.
Ow.
You got the photo?
Do we have the photo?
Oh, this will bring
Those
back
were
some
some
memories.
good-looking young gentlemen in
Well,
Al and the Monkeys.
The reason why I always thought you're from Boston because you kind of made your bones in Beantown.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Well, I
were
went to college there.
went to college there, and then here you go, right here. Let me see. Give it, yeah. There you go. Here you go. You remember this? The Piccadilly Pub. Remember
Oh,
the
yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
Is Al Del Benny in there?
God
Let me see.
damn.
Al, yeah, you're friends with. That's why I thought you were from Boston because I associated you with
Wow.
Al. Yeah.
Damn.
That was awesome.
Come on, dude. Look at that. Can you believe that? Fan sent that.
Who's
Piccadilly Pub.
this guy?
That's Jay Hall from the East Boston Projects.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
He didn't make the cut.
didn't make the cut in Al and the Monkeys, but the goddamn became a real estate mogul.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he was in the East Boston Projects, and his whole thing was, I got to get my mother out of the projects. That's my thing. I said him, and so I remember he came to us. He goes, I got to leave the group, and he's like, I gotta get my mom out of the projects, and we were like, yeah, dude, you and fucking everybody else in the projects, this is your way out, kid. And I got to give him credit. He left, worked at a firm, like a I don't know, like one of those.
Like a real estate firm?
Yeah, like not a real estate firm, the architect firm. And he would trace stuff, and he saved all his money. He bought a house, then bought another house, and then just bought all these houses and got his mother out of the. He just lived his dream, got his mother out of the project before she passed away, and just became very successful. And then you got Dane, who really skyrocketed to fame, and then me and Delps.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Well, it reminds me that, like, you know, like, do you want to be that guy now, though? Like, there's this famous story about Count Basie's orchestra, and they're flying through the Midwest one night, and there's a snowstorm, and they're almost at the venue, but the plane has to crash land in a cornfield, and it's snowing out, and they got their instruments. The fucking bass player's lugging this gigantic acoustic bass over his shoulder, and they got this fucking drums, and they're walking past this farmhouse, and they see it off in the distance, and as they get closer, they look in the window, and they see the hearth has a big roaring fire in it, and the wife is standing up, and she's serving some food, and the kids are smiling, and the musician looks in and he goes, "Can you believe these people live like this?"
It's true, but the scary part now is that I don't know if you've had this yet. I don't know if you've had. You're in the depths of it right now.
Oh, I'm in the shit.
You're in the depths of
yeah.
it. But I don't know if you've had it because you've had, success. Your kids are gone, house, blah blah blah. But there's some type of thing where it's like I feel so good being home, where I've always felt I got to get the fuck out of here. I got to get on the road. I got to get in that fucking plane. I got to get to the club. I got to get into the thing and do the show and then go back to the hotel and then get in another plane and leave. That road thing was, but now I'm starting to get like, fuck, like kind of like being home.
Yeah.
And it's scaring the piss out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
It's like, because, man, I feel like, as a comic, you gotta have that, like, if I get happy, right, I'm fucked. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'm working my ass off, but you think of that grind.
Yeah.
That you have to be in to keep up with because you see these young kids and they're fucking doing 6 shows a night.
Yep.
And they're doing podcasts and they love, these fucking knuckleheads that work with me. Danny will go on the road with me and then go, dude, I'm going to leave. There's an open mic down the street in the projects. And I'm like, what?
Right.
You just did a fucking sold out show. He's like, yeah, but I think I can do 5 minutes over there. And then he'll do great at my show, go and bomb and be like, yeah, I hit my dick. Why would you ruin that? That thing that we used to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think that there's different facets of you that can be satisfied. Like, I think that there's the family part of you that is maybe you didn't have growing up, and then you get that with your family. But then there's also that part of you that is like a fucking gunslinger still, that still wants to go on, at the cellar after the new guy, and he kills, then you kill fucking harder, and then you talk about him on Bennington the next day. But
I want to know who it was.
Off the air.
We won't say his name. But
What's it rhyme with?
Ian Hamilton. No. It rhymes almost exactly with Ian Hamilton.
It's not him, is it?
No, it's not.
It's Ryan. I love
The
Ryan.
opposite of a hack. He's like a fucking great dude.
Well, let's bleep it. We'll bleep it.
That's fun.
To be perfectly honest, I don't even know the guy's name, but
Describe him.
I'm not going to describe him. Are we off the air?
He's going to bleep it out.
Can we bleep the description?
All right.
And you just get our response.
Because I don't want any.
Well, then we'll guess.
I don't want any.
Yeah.
All right. The worst comedian I've ever seen in my life.
The way you describe it, I thought it was Jessica Kirsten.
I mean, is that the consensus on that guy in the city?
I think here's the thing with him. I think with stand-up, there's a there's a phase, right?
Yeah.
That you kind of have something, you're doing it, and then something happens, and you kind of just go down that road because
Yeah.
it's working,
Right.
and it's paying the bills,
Right.
right?
Right.
And there's a point where you can switch that up and go to the next thing. You know what I mean? Like, you look at a guy like Gary Gulman. He was a regular stand-up comic. He wrote jokes, great jokes, but now what he's doing is kind of elevated to something else. I feel like when I watched it, I feel like I was in prison and he got out of prison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, wow, he's not, he got to leave.
Uh-huh.
And I'm still here. I'm going to
Right.
fucking.
I'm going to repeat Groundhog Day over and over again at just
And
a
it's-
different club.
And it's tough because
Are we back in the podcast?
We're back in. Yeah,
Oh.
we didn't say his name, but
But is there a consensus on my feeling?
it's hard for me to say because I'm literally very close friends with him.
No, you're not.
No, he's Max's godfather. But the thing is, when
All right, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
yeah, let's move
This is
on.
making me uncomfortable.
Megan, you. What about him? or her? We know how Fitzy feels about women comedians.
Don't know how she identifies.
You don't know how she identifies. It's weird, man. It's almost like I think of stand up now. When we came up, there was fucking 100 comics.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
Now there's 5,000 comedians and there's a new one every week and they're the best and oh my God. And I'm like, okay. I listened to somebody the other night at the Cellar, well known, you know him, everybody knows him, does well. And I go, I got to go see what all the fuss is about because I might be wrong. You know what I mean? I might
Yeah.
have a bias, I don't know, I'm going around and listen. And I listened. And I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
People are laughing their asses off right now.
Right.
And I just don't get it.
Keith?
No. I said laughing their asses off. Not sympathy applauding because he had a double stroke. Oh, come on. He did.
No, there's guys that are playing big theaters and I like them.
Yep.
I don't even sometimes understand why that was the point that they stopped talking and the audience started laughing.
It's like I had this the other night. They laughed at something and I was like, there's no way that's
Right.
funny.
Right.
But they got them into some type of rhythm where they can just say that
Yeah.
and they're like, ha, 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 ha. And I was like, fuck, it's something I don't understand. I don't
Yeah.
get it. Because, like, dude, like, I remember I saw you, I think it was like 3 years ago. You haven't been around, whatever. You were in LA, you were writing, you doing all that shit. And he came down to the Cellar, the VU, and you're going on. And I'm like, okay, I know you're funny. I've seen you perform. But you went up, somebody just murdered, and I'm like, oh, shit, Fitzy's going to, physically have a hard time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're like me. You're an older guy. You got some gray hairs. You walked up. You had your stupid hat, our dumb hats that we wear later in life. Fucking Barracuda jacket. And you went up and you fucking leveled the place. And it reminded me of like old school Boston murdering where there wasn't a second, there wasn't a minute. You didn't slow down. Everything had a meaning, and I was fucking dying. Me and Liz were sitting there watching it like, this is nuts.
Oh.
And you had this your dumb fucking David Letterman smirk. I remember when you did one joke and you just went. And I was like, this cocksucker knows he's killing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ever see a comic
Yeah.
where he's like, I'm really good. And you did that, and then you gave the old thank you, good night, and took your stupid hat, and I put it on, and you walk by, and you're like, hey, what's up, man? I gotta go to the Cellar. It's like, oh, fuck off. Fuck you, whatever that was. And then whoever went up after you took a hot one. Just a fat dump. Men be shut up. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is a It is because it's weird because comics are like, oh, I hate that guy. I don't like this person. That one guy sucks. And I'm just like, I get it,
Yeah.
but
But my gut is it's pretty rare my gut changes if I don't like somebody at first.
yeah.
Like if I and I can tell faster and faster the longer I do it.
Really?
Yeah, I can tell pretty quick whether or not I'm ever going to like somebody within probably 30 seconds.
Wow.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, about 30 seconds. That's how judgmental I can be.
That's rough. 30 seconds.
Yep, 30 seconds.
Why so long?
Be-
That's so long.
well, because if I see a trick, if I see somebody pulling a trick,
Yeah, tricks.
and I just go, oh, I'm just not interested. This person's not giving themselves a chance to develop and get interesting because they figured out a couple tricks.
Right.
And it's going to stunt them.
Right.
So I'm not interested.
It's funny because I talked to Quinn one time, and one of the greatest things he ever said to me is, if you get off stage and don't feel guilty, you're not a comic. There should be something in your act where you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Ugh, I went there.
Right.
I did this, I did that. But there is, I'll be honest. I was talking about this in therapy today. It's like, listen, man, there's something I got to do because I'm kind of done with this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, all right, I'll go up and fucking murder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fucking
Right.
let's murder, fucking whatever. And it's done nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's done nothing.
What do you mean it's done nothing?
What are you talking about? You're the host of www.y2k
Right.
podcast, bro.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. I am the host
What do you
of
mean you've
WW.
done nothing?
You're the host of You Made It Weird.
No, it's not.
Of Sunday Fun Day. What is it?
It's such a better name.
Yeah,
That would have been such a better
Yes.
name. You made it weird. Welcome to You Made It Weird.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck.
No, you know that's the name of a podcast.
Is it?
It's Pete Holmes' podcast.
Who's that? That's that guy you were talking about earlier. Listen, the thing is,
That was the bleeped out name.
I'm sorry. Take that out too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a.
It doesn't move the needle for you?
No, it does, but it's.
You mean it doesn't help you sell tickets or it doesn't help you pay the rent? What does it not help?
No, I pay the rent. I there's moments on stage where you're like, I'm doing it,
Yeah.
and then there's moments on stage where you go, I'm working.
Yeah.
Right? There's shows like in a weekend, 4 shows. There's one of those shows where I'm like, dude, that was it.
Yeah.
I was in it. This weekend at the Cellar, VU killed, Cellar killed, VU killed. The last show at the Cellar, something happened where I was in it. I was fucking right there, and the things were coming out the way where I'm like, this is what I do. This is it right
Yeah.
here. I was making them laugh the last show. This show, it's like feel like you're saying something or having some type of meaning behind. And then when I do that, I'll say something that never was said, or I didn't even that it comes out. And then I'll maybe, dude, I was thinking this. I'm just gonna say it, and it's like it worked.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck. Like tonight, it's like, I don't know, in the pocket maybe, where it's just
In
you're
the
not.
flow, you're flowing.
Yeah, where it's like that's where I want to be.
You're out of your own way? You're just
Well-
sort of your mouth took over?
Well, when you have like, say, in my brain, if I have to go this weekend and sell tickets, and I think it's all you. It's not real. It's you. It's me. You worry about selling tickets or having people come back or the club using you again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you're at the point where, like say a guy like Louis, yeah, I'm going to go work. I'm going to go do clubs for the next 6 months and work on my hour. That must be nice.
Yeah.
To just make that, you know what I mean? Where it's like, yeah, I don't, I remember he's like, dude, I'm going to come down and if you mind jump on the show with you. I was like, fuck yeah, I'd love you to come on and hang out, have Louis on the show. He's like, yeah, I don't need any money or anything. I'm like, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, first of all, I would not even think about, I need this money.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you $50 a set, but that's it. I'm not, what'd you think we were splitting the fucking thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like, well, I don't know if you're there. You might be there where it's like, but You know when you need.
No, you scrapped. I was just talking to my friend about this today. I go, none of my years has been the same as another year. It's always like this one drops off. You plug this new one in. You go, I don't know how I'm going to do in fucking Janesville, Wisconsin, but put it down for fucking January. My agent who fucking loves me. You fucking fill it in. You plaster it together, and you look at your year, and you go, all right, I got a year. It's a fucking. I did it again. 35 times. 35 times minus COVID, I have slapped a fucking year together, you know? And, you know, you talk about, like, I write for TV, but, like, even when I write for TV, I fucking go off on the weekends and do stand-up. I never stopped doing stand-up.
Really?
Yeah, because I was always afraid I would lose my place in line, which I would. How many good comics have you seen write for a TV show, say, well, I'm going to take the year off and focus on this? They never fucking come back.
They disappear.
Yep.
Like Kaiser Soze.
Yep.
They're just fucking gone.
Right.
And that's the fear I have, that if I take that time off right now, I'm on the bonfire. I got a paycheck.
Yeah.
I could just do the bonfire. I don't need to do this show. Fucking you know you're fucking good again. What is it called? Your best friend's girl. Whatever this is, my wife hates me. Whatever this is called.
Your grandmother's house, whatever it is.
Whatever this is, Sunday, Saturday, fucking funny pages. It's.
But you take the summers off, don't you?
That's the last couple of years. I was like, listen, man, I have to start, because I look at comedy like a season. I was looking at my comedy and I'm like, okay, they got me working all year, and here I am at three of my favorite clubs that I did great at last. I fucking murdered at it last year. You know, I've been working in Boston or Rhode Island or something, and I'm like, I think September through April or June is comedy season.
Yeah.
Where people need to go do something. It's windy, cold, rainy, whatever the fuck it is, right?
Yeah.
But come June, July, and August, you think I'm going to get somebody off of their fucking pontoon boat to come see me in Portsmouth?
Right.
It's going to be a tough sell. You know what I mean? So
it's 9 o'clock. The sun's still out.
Right.
And you're on your second show of the night.
Yeah, dude.
How's that going to go?
I was like, let me just take June and July and August off.
Yeah.
Because I would do these shows and then I would take an awesome venue and be like, just shit it down the tubes. And then the next time you go back, listen, last time you were here, we're going to.
Numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking. When you give them that privilege, it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
You want to get them in a spot where it's like, look, dude, last time I was here, we're going a little higher.
Yeah.
Or we're going to stay the same. We ain't going back.
Right.
And I take those months off and I do little tiny things here and there. And I spend time with the fucking family doing some, New Hampshire shit.
And it keeps you from burning out.
It keeps you from burning out. But I thought it would. Here's what an artist fucking queer I am. I'm like, no, I'll spend the time and maybe I'll start my memoirs. And I got a pipe. I thought I was going to be out in the backyard before everybody wakes up. And
You're one of those old typewriters. You have to push the key like 4 inches down.
What's the name of your memoir? Clean Asshole by Robert Kelly.
Well, that's the thing. It's like Louis, who's a savant, would do that.
He did do that.
Yeah, he'll go and just get an old typewriter.
Yeah.
Like that fucking, some famous writer that I couldn't think of.
James Ellroy.
James Ellroy fucking wrote a novel on. Is he did novels or playwrights?
He did novels.
All right. No.
He wrote for the Post. He did the column in the Post.
God damn it. It bothers me that I'm not smart.
No.
You're just
charming,
uneducated.
How fuck told you whatever that was? Does that hurt my feelings more? That you both had to come and pick me up off the ground. And in your head you're going, yeah, you're not. I know you both are going, you're stupid. I know. You were.
No.
You definitely were.
No, I'm just
Everyone's just
concerned
smarter.
after these farts
Dude,
that
you
you
just-
have cancer in your stomach. So I'm trying to give
Dude,
you.
you calling me charming is like saying a fat girl has a good personality.
No, you know what's worse is being a comedian who they describe as nice. And I've gotten a lot of that lately.
You?
I swear to God. And these are people that I feel like don't know me.
Yeah, I could
dude.
see nice, but I see behind.
Like Bobby Lee recently came out and said, you know who the nicest comedian I know is? And he said, Greg Fitzsimmons. I was just like, I don't know, Bobby. Did I say Bobby Kelly?
You said Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee, yeah. I was like, I don't know Bobby.
You all right?
Well,
Yeah, but you looking at me and you're like, what'd I say?
it's been a long fucking day.
I know, me too, dude.
cracking on.
We're just fucking old.
But then somebody else called me nice. Like 3 people called me nice, all like in a month.
You
don't like that?
No,
He's not.
I'm not.
I see
nice.
behind it.
Greg?
You don't think I'm nice, do you?
I think you present nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you present.
You
nice.
present nice.
But
I know that when the podcast goes off and the lights go down,
Yeah.
fuck that guy, fuck that guy.
you
I'll
think-
fucking do the weekend for half the money.
Yeah,
that
You don't
right,
think he's
shit.
gonna call Burr later and go, yeah. What happened to Bob? I think he has cancer, and his podcast is not that good. That the You Hate Jews, what is it called?
He's got cancer. Let me look at his dates. I'm available.
And there's this other guy. I don't know.
Right, Reggie.
I was just exhausted.
I used to love TJ Friday. It was a great podcast. but-
TJ, that would have been a better
That's-
name. I could have incorporated him, got him as a sponsor.
Oh
That
yeah.
would be a good name.
How long have you been doing this?
This is probably the longest running podcast on the East Coast. I did my podcast before Billy Burr.
What?
Yeah.
Have I been on this podcast before?
I hate you. Yeah. We had a great episode.
Oh, all right.
I mean, what the
I mean,
fuck?
you've got 8 fucking podcasts. I don't know which one I've been on.
It's a good point. When you make a good point, if there's one thing, let me tell you something. There's one thing, if you know Big Guys, whatever the show's called, Big Boys Don't Cry, better name. Big Boys Don't Cry. It's honesty.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like saying I was on the Tonight Show. It's like, well, was I on the late night? Was I on late show? Or, they all meld together. But, like you're a great host. You're a natural host. I think people respect you for that.
Listen, man, I can't have you give me tired compliments.
I'm so happy for you.
I can't.
I just think that all your hard work.
Greg,
and the thing is,
It's
you're a
really
hustler.
working out.
You're
You
a
deserve
hustler.
those months
A lot
off.
of guys have talent.
That's
Like that, I mean, God-given talent.
Yeah.
And what you've done, what you've
honed the
done with
craft.
the equipment.
He's the meanest. One of
Yes.
the
One of the
meanest
meanest
guys
comics I know.
in the business.
The worst.
If you don't think he wants to say something about you right now, you're out of your mind. He just doesn't know you.
No.
Buddy, no, you are.
You're a
you-
piece of shit.
Yeah, you're a hunk of shit.
my God.
I'm never having you on. You're a hunk of shit.
He wouldn't remember anyways.
You're a hunk of shit podcast again. That would have been a better name.
Well, you've
Hunk-
definitely got the theme smell for that show.
Yeah.
Well,
Ooh.
I'll tell you what. I had to toot again. I held it in.
Thank you.
Really?
It took everything I had. It gave me a cramp in my belly button.
Yep, I know that feeling.
I think I have cancer.
And you're going to drive back to Katona tonight with that in your belly?
Fucking windows down, farting away.
Oh.
Do you
what?
you ever fart so bad in your car that you pull over and check the bottom of your shoes? Have you ever done that?
No.
No, but I farted so bad once. I was 1,000% sure I shit it.
Yeah,
I shit my pants.
of course.
And I was dumbfounded when I went into the bathroom and there was not even a wet spot.
Yeah.
It was no shit. I was like 100%. I just shit my pants.
Yeah.
I have to go figure this out because there's shit in my pants.
Yeah.
I felt it come out. I felt it fill up like a substance.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I gotta go.
Was
Pull
the
over.
noise, was it wet like you expected?
It was nothing.
Oh.
And I was almost like, this is a miracle. Like God took it. Like this is Jesus.
like the virgin birth.
Yeah, the virgin. Yeah, somebody looked like my grandmother in heaven was like, I'm gonna take it away for you, Bobby. I have one wish, and I don't want you to show up with a piece of shit in your pants, and I'm gonna grant you this because it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
There wasn't shit in my
Did you
pants.
feel cheated?
Yeah, I felt cheated because I already went through the 5 stages of shitting your pants. It's fear. I think it's fear. And then it goes to anxiety.
Denial.
Then denial. And then anger
Yeah.
that you're just a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
And then right to joy,
Yeah.
which is you know what?
Acceptance.
Acceptance. I shit my pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was mad that I went through all those stages for naught.
Yeah.
And I used for naught for you. Because you read.
That's a Thursday New York Times crossword puzzle word.
That's why I did it.
Yeah.
Didn't know that, but I was taking a guess.
I think you're a sleeper. I think you're smarter than you let people know.
I'm smart like this. I started reading again.
Really?
I mean, that is just outrageous. Fuck you too.
You're a smart guy wrapped in a dumb guy. I see
I
it.
just love that you stopped. Like, what does that mean? I started again. Like, what age you get to where you go, books? Nah, not for now.
I started reading the first Vampire Lestat. I read all those. Interview with the Vampire was my first one. Then I went to Vampire Lestat, and I finished it. Have you know? Movie, not as good as the book. And I can say that righteously. And then I went to Harry Potter and I read.
I can't tell if you're kidding right now.
No, I'm 100% serious.
You're reading children's books?
Children's books to some.
Magical mystery to me.
I think when you go to Barnes and Nobles
to
and it
me,
says
nonfiction.
children's books, and those are your books.
Novels to other.
Yes.
So
Nonfiction to some.
You mean the book about the kid who runs down a train platform?
Yeah, that
into
book.
a fantasy
first of
world?
all,
Yes.
it's Harry Potter, and he was half Muggle. Okay, so whatever. And then
What a muggle, huh?
And then I stopped reading for a long time since I had the kid. Actually,
Yeah.
So for 11 years.
for 11 years I really haven't read. But here's the thing: what I do, which I pick up quick reading because I'm dyslexic. I have all the.
Oh, that's right.
I
forgot
got all
about
this
that.
fucking shit. My son got tested a few years ago. We had the state paid for it. And he got tested, and he wound up having all this shit. And we had to do a pre-interview beforehand. Me and my wife and the lady went through all of our lives and all of us, and kind of did this whole screening with us. So then we had the meeting, and she's like, he has this, he has ADHD, he has dyslexia, blah blah blah. And at the end of it, I was like, I just want to ask something. Is there any possible way that I could have passed this down to him? And she's like, oh, it's 100% you.
Yeah.
It's all you.
Right.
None of this is your wife.
Right.
Talking to both of you, it's you. And I was like, huh? I made my kid.
No, you brought that up earlier in the show. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's your biggest
will your
fear.
kid be you? And it's like,
Yeah.
there's only so much of the genetics that you can work against,
But they know what it is now. And they were, he has like, in his school, there's people that know that he has this thing so they can help him through this. And in the last 3 years, he's actually worked his way out of it
Yes.
to where he's like,
Reading
kicking ass.
books.
He's
Yeah.
A's and B's.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I saw until art class in high school.
Yeah.
When I got the cover of the calendar of Malden High School.
Did you
Face
really?
like this. I drew that. And you can look it up.
No, my daughter has become very funny. She's got my ADHD and a little hint of the depression, as Gary Gulman would say. But my daughter's turned out to be very funny, and she texts me jokes sometimes. And this is a joke that she sent me 2 days ago. She said, I went to Chinese friend of mine's mom's birthday today, whose name was 2UU. Everything was great until we had to sing happy birthday to her. That's fucking funny.
That's really good.
Happy birthday to you. Wow. Did you buy it off her?
I told her I'm doing that on stage tonight.
Oh, that's great.
And I did it, and it fucking crushed.
It's a fucking good one.
That's a good one.
Damn,
And then-
that would have been a great name for the podcast. 2UU.
To you.
2UU.
Here's the other thing she said, which she did not mean to be funny. And this is really, as you know, being a parent, there's a lot of fucking sweat and blood in raising a kid, but sometimes they just give you free comedy.
Yeah.
So my daughter goes to me, she goes, what'd you do today? And I said, oh, I took like a 20-mile bike ride. And she goes, look at you, Louis Armstrong. And I go, did you mean Lance Armstrong? And she literally said, is that the guy that walked on the moon? And I was like, you need a fucking podcast because you're just dumb enough.
You really do have to be a little stupid to do these
Yeah,
things.
a little bit.
My kid, I think I was telling Noam about this. I was so, I never had a dad. Now here I am with him, and I put him to sleep sometimes. I go to bed with him, and he'll lie there with him while he's going to bed. And when I go in, he'll grab me, and he pulled me into him, and he put his arm around me and was holding me. And it's this happiness that I felt was like, I couldn't describe it. It's like better than any drug I've ever had, any comedy show I've ever done. It's just this thing that almost lit up the room of like, oh my God. And I realized it's because I never, ever had that, ever. Have I ever lied in a bed with a father type figure where like I put my arm around him and, he put his arm around me, that type of love that I have with my son. And it was so overwhelming. I turned to him and I put my forehead on his forehead and I was like, Max, I'm so proud of you. And I love you so much. And he went, Dad, this is kind of gay.
Yeah, he is you. He is you.
That's the name of the podcast. This is kind of gay.
This is kind of gay.
All right, listen. We're going to wrap this up. We got specials all over the place. Rich, your special is on YouTube right now.
Yes.
And it's called The Artist.
Ironically.
Okay, good.
Yes, I'm not.
It'd be funny if you just painted.
That's good.
And you got your tour dates. He's got Greg's up right now. Your website. What?
Rich's.
Do you guys? Are you listening to me, or are you just doing your?
You're just plugging.
What?
There was no dates on his website.
I'm supposed to.
Oh.
All right.
Well, that fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Well, he's got dates. Where are you going to be?
I am not traveling with 2 kids. I have. By the time you hear this, I'm done. I've got 2 dates in Florida. They're done.
They're done.
Okay.
They're done. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
taking some
you got to
time.
check out his special.
Please.
It's on YouTube right now. It's The Artist. He's always at the Cellar.
Yes.
He's and he's got his viral dance videos.
Oh, right.
But it's the stupidest,
It's
silliest
so dumb.
shit. It was on my Facebook algorithm
Yeah.
for a long time, and I don't know. It went away for some reason. Did you stop doing it?
No.
I need to find it.
Oh,
again.
maybe I stopped doing it on. I don't know. I can't figure out.
What do you wear?
Crazy
Can you
outfits.
please bring up one of his videos?
Back on the algorithm.
There's only the only way to do what he does is to have that I don't give a fuck thing.
Yeah.
Which I would want to do this, but he just goes out in the fucking play the sound.
No. Oh, that's amazing.
But he goes in. Look at this poor guy in the background who's just trying to
He's just trying to have a
get
sandwich.
He's just trying to have a sandwich, and this fucking maniac shows up. Did you?
I knew he was there. I saw at the corner of my eye he was there, so I started walking
Has
with him.
anybody ever just
Fantastic.
fucking told you to beat it?
I had I did it in the Scientology Center on 46.
Yeah, that's not a good.
Not a good idea.
They don't really have a good sense.
Not
of
at all. And he said,
No.
I'm going to call the cops. And I said, by the time they get here, I'll be gone.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
Were you
like it
holding-
was like, shh.
You should have did it with
enjoy
2
this.
cans in your hand.
Yeah.
Maybe they would have accepted if you were
Yeah.
trying to get your
My
Thanos. What?
yeah,
Trying to
you
get
Theons.
clear.
Clear.
I was trying to get clear. Yeah. So, but anyways, yeah, I shot it at the underground and, I'm pretty proud of it.
All right,
That's
man. Go
great,
check
man.
it out.
Rich is funny. It's called The Artist on Rich
And
is funny.
of course, Greg has a special on YouTube. You know me, which we don't.
That hurt. That hurt more than me saying that you didn't have talent, but that you've hustled.
No, that hurt way more. That is way more on the point than my little quip that I made. I mean, wow. You called me a hustler.
I just mean, there's something to be said about that 6th player.
I'm sorry. 6. That's a great name. The 6th player.
This,
He's got it was filmed at the Mothership, which is, I mean, dude, to have a special there, one of the best clubs in the country.
Yeah, it was fun.
And it's fucking great, dude. I mean, the guy's just giving you money.
He's just giving you money.
I mean, it's just, dude, show up.
Yeah.
It's so good to not, what is my tour called, Danny?
The Not Sold Out tour.
Yeah. I just want people to know it's not sold out.
Yeah. No, that's the thing about my shows is if you want to go see Andrew Schultz, okay, great experience. You got to park. You got to wait in line. You're going to be fucking crammed in because there's going to be people on both sides of you.
Yeah.
My shows,
Yeah.
fucking, you want to kick your feet up?
Yeah.
Plenty of space.
Yeah.
Throw your coat over the seat next to you?
Yeah, dude.
Sure.
You want to park in front of the place? There's parking.
And you worried about getting home to the sitter fast?
Yeah.
My show, you're gone.
Yeah.
There's no line to get out.
You can show up at my show. If my show's at 8, 7:48.
I'm
Pull right up in the front, and you're good. You don't even have to buy tickets early. I'm at the door.
You guys are underselling yourselves.
I'm gonna do a tour called "Buy 'Em at the Door."
You guys are like the who's who of comedy, and I'm the who's that of comedy.
Good
Nothing.
name for my podcast.
Who's that?
Who's that of comedy?
Who's that? Of comedy?
Seriously, fucking hilarious. He's got Fitz Dog Radio, of course, and he's got his Sunday papers, which meet Rob Dukes.
Rob Dukes, who did the theme song for my special, actually.
He did.
Yeah.
He is fucking. He just signed back on with Exodus.
I know.
Which I'm so happy.
I texted with Melody yesterday, and he's about to go on tour.
Yeah, he calls me at the wrong time. I feel like he knows, like I'm about to do something.
Yeah.
Because he'll call me and I'll be like literally like in a Zoom or something. And I'll look down and I'll be like, oh shit, and I can't answer it.
Yeah.
And I feel terrible.
Right.
But and I feel like he's gonna rip my head off someday.
Yeah, he could be a scary guy, except that he's the most gentle guy in the world. But like I mean, I've seen videos of him in front of 20,000 people screaming his face off, and you're like, oh yeah, that guy's got some raw anger down.
My favorite part about him is that he could literally rip your neck off and shit down it, but he's the sweetest, most gentle fucking human being ever. And all he wants to do is hang out, smoke a bat, have a good time.
Yep.
And
take you around in his old Porsche.
Oh, he took me around. I went doom buggy.
I saw the video of that.
That was fucking. And then we went to an old West town.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, he is one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys where he comes around and he's like, hey man, I'm blah blah. And you're like, all right, dude. Okay, dude. And then you wind up like, oh, this guy's the fucking sweetest dude in the world. But I feel like he's gonna take me to a rally.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Melody, his wife, is just they're fucking good people. And they get it. They're really fucking funny.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
Yeah, she edits my videos now.
She does?
Yeah.
Well, didn't I know them before you?
You did. You did. And
How'd
then
you
I fucking lapped you.
How the fuck did you get in?
Because he's such a nice guy.
You son of a bitch!
Yeah? Well, I'm a hustler, and I'm going to take them away from you. He's been on Joe Rogan and WTF, which is What's Thinking Forever.
What's Thinking Forever?
What's Thinking? What is it?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's Mark Maron's
I
podcast.
know, dumb. Right. Stop correcting me. This is the funniest part. I had the older guys with kids on the later podcast. And I had the young Indians on the first one with all the energy. We're like, all right, dude, special YouTube, go watch it. Gotta go. Gotta go. I gotta drive back to Katona and not fall asleep at the wheel. Go to the websites. You have to fucking see these guys. You have to see them do the same. We're going to do a quick little Patreon. We got 3 questions if you don't mind.
Okay.
Patreon.com/Robert Kelly if you want to go there and ask questions and actually see them answer your questions. Go to patreon.com/Robert Kelly. Guys, what do you have?
Follow me on Instagram at Danny Braff.
Wow. Very anticlimactic.
I'm producing a show on the 30th at St. Mark's Comedy Club, 10 p.m. Please come out.
That was complete fake.
Did his voice just crack? How old
is he's nervous and he's fake energy.
Is he Braff related to Zach Braff?
No, he's not. Danny is the first Braff. He's not related to any Braff that's well known or
will be.
Yes.
What's up, folks? This is Joe. I got a show about cheese with my lovely wife. Just go to YouTube, type in The Cheese Show. It's the first gosh darn thing that comes up.
Yeah, it's a show about cheese. It's the only, nobody ever.
You've cornered the market.
Yeah. Nobody's ever put those two together. Let's do a show just about cheese. And go to my website, punchup.live/Robert Kelly. I'm all over the fucking place. Make sure you sign up for that, and you'll find out where I'm going to be. I'll email you right to your email direct from me, and also my specials up there, Killbox, and all my uncensored. That's another thing about Punch Up. Don't have to worry about censoring anything. They censor nothing. As long as it's funny, they'll never
I like that.
Never
I like
take
that.
it down. And there you go. And that's it. We'll see you guys next time on You Know What, Pals? What are we calling it now? What are we calling it? Do it again, Fred? We're working on it.
Called You Know Me. Oh no, that's my special that's out on YouTube.
Nice.
Nice.
Right at the end.
Wow.
You're an artist.
Well done. I'm the artist. That's right.
Yes.